Our precision focus turns to the court now for an in-depth look at how three-time Paralympic champion Patrick Anderson reached the wheelchair basketball summit.
I was very lucky to be introduced to wheelchair basketball just after I was hurt. I was just sitting in the hockey rinks watching my friends play hockey, longing so much to be out there with them, but I couldn't. I didn't care about not being able to walk anymore. Who cares about walking? I wanted to run and jump and skate, and I couldn't do it. I was invited to a wheelchair sports camp. It was run by a wheelchair basketball club. And so they said, here's tennis, here's swimming, here's basketball. When I got on a basketball court, it just felt like suddenly I could move like I'd been given wings. I got that sense back that I'd lost in my accident. That's what I fell in love with. To me, the biggest mistake that people make when they think about wheelchair basketball is just that it's a disabled sport. And it's true that it was created sort of by and for people with disabilities back post-World War II to help with rehab. But based on that great foundation, it's grown into something bigger and even richer and grown out of its disability tag. And I think that's something I wish more people realized. Wheelchair basketball is just a sport, whether they're disabled or not. We don't really spend much time making that distinction.
One of wheelchair basketball's all-time greatest players, Anderson built his reputation by combining ingenuity with an ability to execute the basic skills at a high level.
My first coach, Jeff Penner, taught me how to shoot. And I started playing when I was like 10 years old. I used to do the old two-hander like that. And I got pretty good at it, had some decent range, could shoot for maybe 10 feet, make the occasional one. I thought I was doing pretty well, but it was very frustrating at first, but he really broke me down, made me sit right here and shoot with proper form. And he used to make me sit here until I could hit 10 in a row, and then he'd let me move back all of 6 inches. And then when I could hit 10 in a row, another 6 inches. It's still what I do when I get into the gym often, is just try to extend up high, not sneak them up just over the rim. As the years went by and tilting became a part of the game, then part of that warm-up would be getting up in a tilt. It's a good building block, a good warm-up when I get in the gym. Jeff was a great coach because he made me do that. He made me work on my left hand right off the get-go, so everything I could do with my right, he made me at least try to do with my left. This is kind of the juggling vein. It's very hand-eye work. The higher I put it off the glass, the more time it gives me.
Another key element of wheelchair basketball is the chair itself, which can drastically affect the way an athlete plays based on the configuration.
Precision is important in your setup. I've used, I don't know, maybe 20 chairs over the course of my 25-year career. I was really lucky early on to have some help developing a strapping system that really cinches me into the chair. You have to really feel sort of at one with your chair, so you're not really thinking about it. So you have to spend time dialing in your installation and then put in a lot of hours so that it feels like just you put on sneakers and you go and run. You don't think about it. One of the things that propelled me forward was when they started to allow anti-tip wheels, because as a double amputee, I always had to keep my center of gravity pretty far forward because I was liable to tip over backwards a lot and lean back. That meant I could move my center of gravity further back, which means when you do that, your chair turns more quickly, which makes you more nimble and be able to change directions more quickly. Speed is so important. It's so hard to get past somebody if they're faster than you, but it's a game of skill. It's not just about beating a player to that spot. We have to execute a skill on the other end.
Anderson retired from international wheelchair basketball after the London Paralympics, but continues to play for the New York Rowan Knicks, still searching for new ways to improve his game.
What drives me to play is really just that it's fun. As cliche as that sounds, sometimes it just boils down to that. I think that's really what it takes to get to a high level at anything. The process has to be fun for you. You gotta find that thing that you enjoy practicing, even when it's work. I really think the way that wheelchair basketball integrates disabled and able-bodied people, the way we creatively integrate men and women on some teams through a functional classification system is really unique. And I think it's really compelling, not just from a disabilities standpoint, but just from a sport standpoint. And that makes me want to train and be out there and competing at the highest level that I can, given where I'm at in life. Keep the creative juices flowing and keep the sport going somewhere.